Sage Forsaken here, and once again we're going to be looking at some action figures. Now, these figures were given to me by my dad. He actually goes to auctions quite a bit, and one of the things that you see at the auctions is you do see returns from stores. He got this Wonder Woman figure for basically $1, and it has all of its accessories still, which was amazing to me. I was expecting, when he told me about it, that it wouldn't have any. So, of course, she comes with her sword and shield. And of course, she's still got her belt on, even though that's a separate piece that's pegged in. And of course, there's the fabled lasso. Now, I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet. I'm going to go see it this weekend, so please don't ruin the movie for me. Let's look at the articulation. First of all, there's no waist swivel. So there's no waist swivel at all in this figure, so it's basically kick forward. There's no, it's not ball joints under the skirt, so basically it's just kick forward or kick back. It only goes back this much, and of course forward this much. So, of course she can knee someone in the groin. She can do a can-can dance, but that's about it. So this is one of the mid-range level action figures. It's not as expensive as some of the other ones, but it does have some cool features. It does still swivel at the elbows instead of just being a bend like the really cheap figures would have. The hair is a soft rubber, but it's not super soft, so you can turn the head a little bit, but not much. And the shoulder joint, basically it goes all the way around, but it does not go out like with a Marvel Legend or anything of that nature. Now let's see if she can stand up. Well, she can stand up, so there you go. That's amazing. 9 times out of 10 I do that with a figure and it doesn't stand up. So that's a good to see. Let's see if she can stand up holding her accessories. And let's see, does she lefty or righty? So it's got a little bit of loose grip there. She's supposed to be super strong. You'd think her grip would be a little better. And it looks like this just pegs on. So the only thing I don't like about this articulation is that she can't put the shield in front of her. It's pretty cool if you do a pose where she puts the sword up like this or something, like she was blocking something, or if you do a pose where she's doing something else with a sword, like, let me turn this around here. But basically, okay, let's see if she stands up. Hold on. Oh, well, she's going to stand up. Okay, cool. She can stand up with her accessories. That's a bonus. I wish there was some better, like the detail on these is really good. I think I'll hit these like with a dry brush or something of that nature, because you can see there's detail, but there's no paint app at all. So something that should be shiny and detailed is just a gray mass of blob. Whereas like on her detailing, it's actually pretty good. Like it would be nice if this plastic here was a little shinier, but I think that's to match the movie more than anything else. Like if you think about the original Wonder Woman, this will be like gaudy gold, and they didn't want to go that far. They wanted to be a little more realistic, but that's the Wonder Woman figure. So let's move that out of the way. And we're going to be switching over. I'm going to unwrap this off camera and we'll come right back to you. So, of course, the great deal about these battle packs and buying these returns is that you still get a quality figure, but you pay a lot less. And, of course, this one has the 3 sad onions. Those of you who watch my videos will know what that's all about. And if you watch some of the other YouTubers. But 3 sad onions for these guys. This is Jamie Noble and, of course, Joey Mercury. Wrestling figures. Now, they may be wrestling figures, but what's cool about them is that they have a lot of coolness. Like, look at this right here. He has the little thing on his ear to show that he's a bodyguard or Secret Service or something like that. I don't really know this storyline because I haven't watched wrestling since the 90s. But I do think that that's a cool little thing that I would have a really hard time recreating as a customizer. And I don't have to recreate it because it's already added to the figure automatically. Now, this would be the perfect duo to be guarding your president or guarding your VIP of any kind, and you'd be able to have them and have some Marvel Legend type figure attacking and them having to guard the president or whoever. So I think this is a great duo because they got the soft leather coats, so their legs still come up or back. Of course, they bend at the knee. They do have the arm swivel, much like the other, and it also pivots out. Unlike the other Wonder Woman figure, these guys have full articulation up, to, and out. So they can pretty much get just about any kind of clothesline maneuver or anything like that they want. Unfortunately, the legs, it's not one of the elite ultimate type wrestling figures, so the legs do not pivot out, but they still do have knee bend this far back. They still have some articulation of the foot side to side, and there's a peg in the bottom to help you if you have any of the stands that work with these guys. You can see that the soft leather lets them do matrix type stuff if you had a peg to hold it up. So if you change the head out or something of that nature, you could use this in your customizing. The wrist does swivel and pivot up and down and back. So pretty much any pose you want there is good. One thing they do with wrestling figures a lot that, is kind of annoying but also good, they usually have one hand that can hold something and one hand that's just a fist. And even the hand that's holding something is looking like a fist, so if you show it like hitting somebody, you can't necessarily, if you turn the pivot right, tell that it's an open hand versus a closed fist. But you can still get it to do things like, I lost the camera. Okay, you can still get it to do things like hold a camera or other accessories that come with action figures because of the open hand. I wish it wasn't always the same exact hand, because not everybody's going to be right-handed. Or what if you want to have your wrestler have two guns in his hands? He's going to have a hard time holding two different guns if he's only got one hand with an open fist. But these two are pretty cool looking figures. They have basically the same exact body, but the different heads and coloration do set them apart. And of course, Wonder Woman's back here hanging out. You can see that size-wise, she's kind of smaller. But I think these guys will look pretty close to Marvel Legends size, if a little short. So if you work with your perspective, taking pictures, things of that nature, you could still work these guys into a protection scene or anything like that. Making mob guys, anything you need, especially with this bald guy. He's a mob guy. Just, stereotypical, I know. Having shaved my head before, all of a sudden you want to talk in a Russian accent. That's your thing. Enjoy it. Anyway, thanks again for checking out these action figures here with me. And this is Sage Forsaken at Paper Airplane's house. He's doing my videography today, so, check out his videos and like and subscribe. Have a good day.